The City of Soundsville is the name of this podcast, and as always, I am your host, Shadow Streak, and joined by me is
RJ App.
And we are back with another exciting podcast episode for Season 3 of the Powerpuff Girls. RJ, I'm normally the one to announce the episode that we talk about each week, but why don't you do the honors this time?
Today we're reviewing a TV show called The Powerpuff Girls that came out in 1998. We're on the
you had one job.
We're on the
already
called
messed it up.
the third season, I think, or the fourth season, or the fifth season. Probably the third though. Recording an episode called Criss Cross Crisis.
Huh?
It's about a crisis that occurs where bodies get crissed and crossed. The girls' bodies get crissed and crossed with the professors. The professor's body gets crissed and crossed with the mayor's and Miss Bellum's. The villains get crissed and crossed. Mojo gets crissed and crossed with the old lady.
This was a mistake. Okay, all I needed you to do was just say the name of the episode. We weren't actually going to do the synopsis yet because I needed to ask you if there was any news.
They get crissed and crossed, and it's an episode of the Powerpuff Girls.
This is a mistake. This is why
anyone
listening, all two of you that still listen to this podcast, because there's literally nobody else. Do you hear this? Like, this is why I always do it. This is why I do it, because RJ can't. He's just incapable. He just doesn't have the ability to do it. It's very disappointing.
Some other things I like are cars.
Okay. So now that we're moving past that, RJ, is there any news? Is there anything exciting in the world of Powerpuff Girls? It's been a couple weeks since we recorded the last episode, and I was just curious if there was anything at all you have to share.
So the answer is no. They're putting out some new figurines from Mezco, but I doubt you're interested in them because they have reboot designs on them. I think it's a mix, but I'm pretty sure they're reboot designs. And some of them are nice sculpts. The Blossom and Bubbles ones are nice sculpts other than the reboot stuff. But yeah, other than that, last year they did a considerable amount, not a lot, but a considerable amount for the show's anniversary. This year, not so much.
Yeah.
Because that was technically a milestone last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, this episode is coming out like 6 months after it's recorded. But yesterday was the 27th anniversary of the Powerpuff Girls. Premiering, anyways.
How did you celebrate?
I worked. I went to work, and then I came home and I watched a bunch of episodes of Full Metal Alchemist because your boy started entering his anime phase a couple months ago.
Powerpuff Girls is a Japanese anime too, right?
No, but Powerpuff Girls Z is, but we're not there yet.
Let's not get there. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Anyways, yeah, no, nothing really happened recently.
Mm-hmm.
Which, well, I'm content with.
Okay, well, I guess, do you have anything else you'd like to share in the intro here before we get into this week's episode?
Nah, let's do it. I like this episode.
All right. Well, I get the feeling you're going to probably have a lot more to say about this episode than me because you always seem to talk about this one and reference it a lot just in passing conversations.
Do I? I guess I do.
A lot to say. You really do. You really do. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll just get right into it. So like we said, or RJ attempted, this week we're going to be talking about season 3, episode 3, Criss Cross Crisis. This is our first half-hour episode of the season and the first episode we've had to talk about that's 22 minutes since Dynamo at the very end of season 1. For what that's worth. In this episode, basically, the professor ends up creating this science invention that ends up backfiring. And what it does is it causes everybody in Townsville to switch bodies with each other. So, like, Buttercup switches with the professor, Blossom with Miss Bellum, and Bubbles with the mayor for starters. And everyone just kind of, it's body swap, but on like 10 pounds of crack. Like, it's not just two characters swap bodies. It's everybody swaps bodies with each other. And anyone who's familiar with a lot of like animated cartoons knows that the body swap episode is a very common trope. It happens all the time in all sorts of different shows. And it's a very simple what if scenario of like, what if these two characters swapped bodies and ended up having to live the life of the other person? A very simple concept that has been done very consistently throughout the years of animated cartoons and even live action stuff as well. So yeah, basically what happens is the girls have to go around the city then trying to basically catch Mojo, who's causing trouble. But because everybody has swapped bodies, they can't just go to Mojo and attack him because Mojo has been swapped with an elderly woman, for example. So now they need to go find an elderly woman and beat up the elderly woman as the human characters. And it's just a totally wacky concept. There's a lot of body swaps all over the place. And then eventually later in the episode, the professor ends up trying to fix it and he just keeps swapping bodies over and over and over and over and over again. And we get to see just the girls transform again and again and again until eventually the professor gets it right and they're able to basically save the day and everybody is back to normal, except for 2 characters. But yeah, it's a really great joke that the episode ends on, for sure. Yeah, that's the premise of the episode. So RJ, how do you feel about this one?
I love this one. It's my favorite body swap premise, and it doesn't have the cliche. It's not about the girls, thinking it's so hard to be each other and being each other for their day. Which also wouldn't work because the girls all look the same, essentially. But it's more interesting,
Wow, wow, how inconsiderate. You telling me you can't tell the difference between green, pink, and blue?
No, I can't tell the difference.
Wow, RJ, I think you're colorblind. You should probably go get some special glasses or something to help you with that.
No, I don't think so. I used to call them Hello Kitty.
You called them what?
I just called them Hello Kitty. I was like, what is that? Is that Dora Hello Kitty? And then I'd have somebody correct me.
RJ, why do you do this?
I don't know. I don't know why I do this. But yeah, this is I love this one. This is one I don't know why, but I rewatch this one a lot. And this is one of the best looking episodes, I would say, like top 5. Because I believe when we were talking in the past, the other ones that I really liked were really I thought A Very Special Blossom looked very nice, and this is the other one. Like this is like the bar for art direction in this show for me.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that is because of the production of the episode, which is a big reason why I think it's so good. Because this is a Don Shank doing a half-hour episode, right? A storyboard by himself while he was art directing the series, so he was doing 2 jobs at once. And, it's definitely the cartooniest episode, right? Other than Mojob. But
it's
Mojob
up there. It's up there, yes.
Right? Because I think...
I mean, you could argue Just Another Manic Mojo is a cartoony episode.
It is, but I feel like, at least just with the expressions, I think this is the cartooniest in Mojob. But yeah, you didn't like how Mojob looked, really, right?
Not particularly, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate it. It just I wasn't a fan of it.
You weren't a fan of it. Don Shank wasn't a fan of it either, and I think the cartooniness he was attempting in that works a lot better in this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's funny because we also have a theory about the half-hour episodes and why some are good and some aren't. Because the 4th season, all of them are half-hour episodes, and not all of them really work. Not to jump ahead to the 4th season, but this is another one that I think was intended to be 11 minutes. Mm-hmm. So with Don Shank in the story meeting, his idea was actually Nano of the North. Mm-hmm. Because Mojob took way too long for him to do, right? So, and his boards always come out like a half-hour long, right? Mm-hmm. So... he got a way more complicated story, ironically, and he ended up making he said a feature length movie worth of material in his storyboard. So a lot of stuff got cut from that early version, and there's that building in the beginning called the 360 building. Mm-hmm. If you remember what I'm talking about, there was supposed to be a Matrix fight sequence on that with a rotating roof, which I don't know how they would have pulled off, but that got cut.
Yeah.
So Craig and Gendy, they ended up liking it, so he actually had to add even more content in it. And I think just because there was so much work and different drafts put into this episode, I think that's a big reason why it's so fun. And because Don Shank had to switch over to art direction at a certain point because he could only lend so much time to storyboards. So Lynn Naylor actually got to redraw some of the board, and Gendy too. So, and I think that's why a lot of the models look so good. Craig Kelman came back to do a few models because they had too much to do. I don't know if you could spot Craig Hellman style, but like some of these models to me, I cause like that's totally a Craig Hellman drawing. And this is essentially him coming back for freelance because he's off the show at this point. And the BG guys definitely got more time to do backgrounds and color keys for this episode. So on every level, the models, the storyboarding, the writing, the color, like it's all executed at like 100%. So this is a really fun one for me. I'm not really sure how fans rate this episode in general, but
I feel like for some people it's an episode that's just sort of there, and for other people they're with you where they really do genuinely love the episode a lot and they rank it among their favorites. I feel like I haven't heard anyone outright say they don't like the episode, at least that I can think of. It's always been a mix of either like, yeah, it's okay, I don't really care, or it's, I love this episode, it's one of the best.
Yeah, well, it's extremely silly and surrealist, so I understand some people are in.
I mean, I think I remember seeing a video on YouTube, this would have been like, gosh, maybe 12 years ago, of someone putting this in like their top 3, maybe, top 5, but they were like, yeah, I love this episode or whatever. So
I don't even know if I'd put it in my top 5, but I do like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when we're ranking the half-hour ones.
Mm-hmm.
What do you really think of this one?
I am in between those two camps where it's like, I think it's a good episode and I do appreciate it. This is not one that I ever like, when I think about going back to the show, this one does not pop in my head the way other ones do. It's far from like my top favorites, but it's a good episode and I definitely appreciate it. And every time I watch it, it's like, yeah, that was enjoyable. You know, I do like it, but it's not in my top 2 tiers. It's probably like a tier 3 for me. But there's a lot to appreciate about it. I mean, I love the sheer variety. I mean, the sheer amount of designs they had to basically come up with.
Yes.
For characters and animals and everything. It's like, it's admirable because I mean, there's designs everywhere. I mean, especially in the back like third of the episode where they're just constantly swapping. And I think one of the highlights for me is like that whole combat sequence where they're constantly just swapping bodies. I mean, 1 second Mojo's a fish and then the girls are like these big, strong, like, you know, humans. And then the next thing we know, like Blossom's a wiener and she yells wiener attack.
How did they explain that in like the voiceover booth?
I don't know. I don't even know how they did that, but they did. Yeah, so I mean, the sheer variety is just incredible to watch, and I definitely enjoy it. And especially when the professor literally gets to the point where he's just pulling the lever, and they're just constantly just no, and like Dexter shows up for a second, because people would lose their minds if we didn't mention that Dexter shows up. Dexter's there for a split second.
Do people care about Dexter?
We know.
I do.
Yes. I mean, I do. I mean, I feel like if we didn't acknowledge that, someone would be like, "Oh, by the way, Dexter gets noticed."
That's true, but like I feel like at this point, like Gen Z just knows him as like the French guy.
Let's do from.
I think even Craig said at that recent panel, it's like yeah, you know, we did a lot of interesting stuff with Dexter, but you know, people got stuck on cheese omelet in French.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
That's such a big pet peeve of mine that, you know, not to like dunk on it. There's nothing wrong with that episode, but why is that the most popular one?
I don't know. I think it just, there was something about it that it became a meme and
yeah,
it just took off.
I guess it's just memetic, but like there are funnier Dexter's Lab episodes. I think even Rob Renzetti was talking about it. He's like, it wasn't really an important one internally, but you know, it just took off.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, this is about the Powerpuff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, the characters are all on model in this one, but there's a lot of ways. I think a lot of these, because it's drawn by Lynn Naylor, like some of those professors, they have to be drawn by Lynn Naylor.
Yeah.
Especially Miss Bellum, because I think that's one of her talents, drawing cartoony women. That's one of the things she's known for. It's like we'd never get to see Professor's hands that detailed. And this is the one that, you know, sparks a lot of debates about how the Powerpuff Girls' hands work. A debate I kind of don't care about at all, but because there are much weirder things going on in the show than the nature of the Powerpuff Girls' hands. But
yeah,
but that's still an excellent joke. Professor, your hand doesn't work.
Yeah, it is a pretty great one. I definitely appreciate that one. Buttercup tries to pick up the phone. But the professor seemed to adapt to Buttercup no problem, because like he's there holding a pipe or whatever.
He's smoking in his daughter's body.
He sure is. How thoughtful.
Yeah, how thoughtful. And they put extra effort into like the backgrounds. Like they already have a color palette for the girls' rooms, but they tweaked it to fit the mood of the episode and to fit that it's early morning, which is great.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I guess like the one element of padding in this episode is the beginning, which is like 1 minute, and then that's clearly okay. We got to make this a half hour.
Yeah, it definitely drags, but
yeah, but we go right into some like great voice acting from Tom Kane.
Oh
yeah, the voice actors are really at their A game in this episode too.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually, a lot of
the episode hinges on them because it's like the whole premise is like these characters are moving around, and the way that you indicate that is by changing the voice because like a lot of okay, so something that a lot of people will be like, technically about is like they should still sound like the original person. It's like it's just the way they talk, like the mannerisms and the vocabulary should change. And it's like, I mean, sure, but like it's more fun if the voice changes. So like, let's just have fun. Maybe it's fiction; it can be fun.
To be honest, I understand that people want to see that, but like, is that really something you could criticize it for? Like, that just sounds like a nitpick to me.
It's a nitpick, 100% for me. It's absolutely a nitpick.
I mean, it's a good idea and all. I'm not saying it isn't, but like, I don't really see it as a flaw of these episodes. Whenever somebody brings that up, I was like, I don't really see how that's that significant.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Maybe
they see it as a cliche, but a lot of when they talk about that, they act like it like ruins the episode for them. It's like, oh well, I think somebody was talking about that Gravity Falls episode. What is it, like Carpe Diem or something? I haven't seen it in a long time, but they're just like, yeah, I wanted to like this episode, but Mabel and Dipper, swapped voices, which I was like, really? Like that ruins it for you? That simple thing? Like that's a nitpick to me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't get it, but we get
I don't get it either.
Yeah, some of my favorite Bubbles performances are in this too.
Oh yeah, 100%. I love when the Bubbles freaks out being the mayor and she just like hates it.
She hates it. I'm Bubbles.
And then meanwhile you cut to the mayor and the mayor's like sitting on his desk like doing his hair.
Oh, so Bubble, yeah. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
I think that's a trend. Grown men in the city just want to be Bubbles and have great hair.
Oh, I wanted to be Bubbles.
Feminine bows with brightly colored sashes.
Oh boy.
And one of my favorite Bubbles moments too is just like her being so slow to realize that she's in the mayor's body.
Mm-hmm.
It's so slow, but like it works.
It does, yeah. It does.
They're so disrespectful to the fact that she's the mayor. It's like, it's Bubbles in the mayor's body. Ew. It's so mean, but I love it.
Yeah.
And I do like how in some episodes they just have a bathroom.
Wait, what do you mean?
No, in some episodes the girls have a bathroom in their bedroom.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you meant. Like, yeah, no, of course there's a bathroom in the house, but I know what you meant, yeah.
Yes, I wasn't just saying there's a bathroom.
Well, the thing at the show is like they never took the architecture of that house seriously. I mean, they just made it whatever they wanted.
I mean, according to Craig, they didn't have time, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter really. I mean,
not at all.
Do whatever. Who cares? But it's funny.
I was just thinking about that recently because I guess the Powerpuff Girls Facebook just started posting clips from the old episodes, and there was that scene from Insect Inside, and people were just like, "That's a really long hallway." And also, the cockroach is really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it works. Yeah. Those are some of the coolest backgrounds of the professor's labs, I will say. That might be the coolest it ever looked.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, the professor's lab, obviously very inconsistent, but like sometimes it's just like the small room in the basement. And the movie obviously looks very cool, but as far as the episodes goes, I think this is the best it ever looked. And yeah, there's so many fun gags. I like that Miss Bellum, you still can't see the top of Miss Bellum's face.
Yep, it still cuts out.
Like, that's just a thing she does.
That's one of the best things about the show. They literally committed to it in every episode except for one moment. That's it.
Yeah.
But even then, that was you could even say that was an intentional thing. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed if Powerpuff Girls rules split second shot was intentional or not. But outside of that, I mean, in the original 6-season run, they never showed it. It had to have been. I've always interpreted it as such, but I don't know if it's ever been confirmed.
I think it was, but I'd have to dig that up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. We have 40 years until we get to that.
Right.
And poor Buttercup, she's just having such a tough time with the professor's body. She had issues shaving, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Oh, and we also have to mention Totoro's in this for whatever reason. Which, by the way, like you know, anime references in cartoons now, like, you know, you expect that, but like in 2000, nobody was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like by the time the 2010s hit, like you'd see like anime references in like or the Akira slide in like Steven Universe or like Adventure Time. People were just like, "Wow, I can't believe they referenced that," and like that's cool. But like these shows were doing it like 10 years before. Like nobody was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just insane. And I love the scene where they get to the bank. That's like where like the surrealism like picks up a little bit.
Yeah.
I love Buttercup's "Who Stole the Monies?" Which I feel like I've used before in my life.
When have you used that, RJ?
I don't know what would the context be of that, but I know I've used it. I love the babysit lady. I've seen a lot of things, which people say is a dirty joke. I don't really think it is.
I don't think so either.
That's people reading into stuff.
Yeah, most likely.
And I love the Gangrene Gang as little girls, not little girls, teenage girls.
Yeah.
Especially like
Definitely.
Iji's doing this I don't know, this like dainty voice for Grubber, which I really love. And they're painting their toenails. I love it. I think the girl in Snake's body says like, "My dad hates him." And I have to say, another sequence I get a lot of joy from is they
Mm-hmm.
they jump old lady Mojo, but like something about it, like they just like fly into Mojo's house. Something about the way that shot is done and how fast it is just really funny to me.
Uh-huh.
Especially with all these conversations about how on site their rivalry is and how the girls jump him all the time. This is such an underrated clip to use. But I love how they just jump an old lady. What I think is kind of awkward. Do you think this is a joke? You know, he kind of like the act break comes in, Mojo repeats the same line of dialogue.
Uh-huh. I do remember that, yes. Yep.
Is that a joke or
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a joke or if it was lazy or what it was. I don't really know. I mean, we have to keep in mind that like obviously there was a commercial break, so like and other shows have done that before too. So like I don't really know what the
I feel like it was just an excuse to
what the
like
decision
get the
behind that
episode up
was.
to length, to be honest.
I guess, but it's like if what you're saying is true that like there was a feature length plan for this one,
It wasn't well
then
that might have been a miscommunication. It was never planned to be feature length. It just mean Don Shank went overboard with his storyboard and wrote too much dialogue and gag.
right.
Yeah.
But that's my point is like if they had that much, they shouldn't have had to stretch something. They should have been able to just cut down, you know?
That is true, right?
You know, yeah, like that's what I would think is like you wouldn't need to fill anything. Your problem is you're trying to cram too much in. You need to cut stuff out, not stretch stuff in. But I don't know. I mean, I obviously had nothing to do with the construction of the episode, so I can't.
Really? I thought
Yeah, I know. Believe it or not,
Not-
I had zero involvement with it, RJ.
then what makes you qualified to do
Isn't that
this?
crazy? I've seen every episode more times than I can count, and I, as far as I know, have made more Powerpuff Girls videos on the internet than anybody else in the history of humanity. So,
My grandma's done more.
what's her YouTube channel name?
Granny watches Powerpuff.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
All right, fine, you got me.
Yep, of course I did.
Okay, so the girls find out that like the old lady is Mojo, and there's a really
Yep.
fun shot where like she just stretches her old lady Mojo, which I believe in the models might be called Beehive Lady Mojo, which I don't know why she's called that, but she just like tilts her neck and Buttercup punches the wall, missing her. It's such a stupid
Mhm.
shot. But I don't know, on rewatches, I found like Mojo's samurai sounds as the old lady is very funny to me. I don't know.
Oh, where he's making like
Yeah.
the grunts and whatever.
Such an idiot.
Yeah, but Roger L. Jackson is just incredible. He's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's perfect stupid Mojo. Yeah, and Buttercup gets like the brakes beat out of her. Like, this is also probably one of the most violent episodes too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say so. I would say this is definitely up there in terms of violence and action.
A lot of
I mean, there's a
Ew.
lot going on. A lot of what?
blood too, and some gross out too. Even
Yeah, there's definitely a handful of
But
girls
I love
out,
all
for
of it
sure.
in this. And I believe some of these effects when the girls are beating up Mojo, some of these special effects are actually Don Shank's animation. So he did some animation on this. But yeah, even though it's such a silly scene, like it's a pretty good action sequence when the girls start hitting on him
Mm-hmm.
and make his teeth fly out.
Heck yeah.
And this episode leaves a question: is like, what happens to these guys' bodies after they get changed back? Apparently nothing because the professor seems fine.
Mm-hmm.
But sheesh, I would hope that old lady is all right. But she got beat up anyway, so.
Yep. So there you go.
Another gag I love is they tie up the girls and they they use their laser eye beams and he's just like they just zap him. Mojo could just say ow, ow, oh,
Yeah.
ow.
Ow. Ow. Ow. Ow. Ow. Ow.
It's so
Good
fun.
stuff.
And then like
Oh,
the
yeah.
second to last half is where like stuff gets like really crazy. That fish scene might have like some of the most quotable Mojo stuff. I just love the unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess technically the depiction of Eskimos are outdated, but
Yeah, true. But at the time, that's what it was. So I mean,
yeah. I don't think they were thinking too hard about it, but I should point that out.
Exactly.
But yeah, that fish definitely has to be a lot of Craig Kelman's because that looks like his.
Mm-hmm.
It actually reminds me of some of the work he did for Madagascar because those designs are his too. Something about the expressions.
Mm-hmm.
A clip of the fish just getting punched by the by the girls. I think that went viral on Twitter a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody commented like, what other show would they just have like three girls just beating up on a fish like that?
Yeah. Well, again, it's just the little stuff like that that just makes this show stand out and unique.
It's so unnecessary.
Its own thing. But only this show.
Only this show.
Only this show would do it.
Yeah, and
So.
and there's the runner Dang, which is I love that, especially in the end where like they punch Mojo into jail literally. All you can say is "Dang." That's one of my favorite things.
Dang.
Oh gosh, and yeah, these fight scenes are so brutal. I think one of them, some highlights are Buttercup is a construction worker and gets stung by a bee.
Mm-hmm.
There's a firefighter just beating the tar out of somebody. Blood is flying out.
Mm-hmm.
One of the brutal things, Miss Iowa breaks like Miss Yuta's arm. Like you could hear the sound. You could hear the sound effect. Like it's actually repulsive. Then a gross moment is a fly gets in somebody's eye, and you can't even tell what character it is, which makes it funnier. That's kind of the jokes that they're doing too. Is like you can't even tell who's fighting who anymore.
Right.
Because like when they're monsters, the girls are kind of fighting each other. And I guess I guess the characters just can't tell who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's like imagine Powerpuff Bluff, but like even more difficult to decide.
Everybody's more stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's dumb. Everybody's dumb.
Another favorite design is like there's like the professor turns into like some weird squid thing. It's just such like a derpy looking design that I love it. And some of the model guys are in this too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's true. Yeah.
Paul Rudish, Craig McCracken, and that's not Craig Hellman. I guess it's Don Shank or Craig Hellman.
I think it's Don Shank because Don Shank appears in this show like so much.
Yeah, he's in the show the most.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to play a villain, And I love, the professor is keeps saying nope, 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 and they have to stop him because they've turned back, and he's just like he. Such a weird moment, but I love it. Yeah, it's not like there's not a huge story to this one. It's a lot of it's just surrealist gags, and of course the concluding gag of the narrator being Bubbles is great.
Yes, that's my favorite gag on the whole episode. Is just the last.
That scream he does is so like potent.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So and I guess maybe that's why the reason some people are indifferent to it, I suppose, are because this isn't really a character-driven episode as far as the plot goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's more just like, the Powerpuff Girls have to stop a silly crime. Mm-hmm. And I would say those episodes are probably less remembered, except maybe Monkey See Doggy Do for whatever reason. But
yeah.
But, I enjoyed this one a lot. I think it's one of the better half-hour episodes. Even though so far, the half-hour episodes have been really good.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't gotten to, season 4, obviously, and then even season 5 and 6 with half-hour episodes to have more to compare to. We only have Rowdy Rough Boys and Oh Dynamo, which are both great episodes.
Right. Objectively.
So, yeah, so it's hard to compare this to another half-hour that's bad, because there isn't one yet that we've gotten to.
Yeah. Yeah. This was really good. And apparently I have been excited. I guess I do bring up this episode a lot.
You really do, dude. Like I know you bring up other ones like the bare facts all the time because that's like your favorite. There's ones that we talk about from time to time, but like honestly, this is the one where it's like I never bring this episode up, but you bring it up all the time.
Wow.
In our own casual conversation. I mean, you've probably even brought it up on the podcast. I can't remember. But in our own casual conversation, you always are referring to Criss Cross Crisis. And yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. Like, it's not that I'm like, I know I didn't say nearly as much as RJ because, like, I don't have as much to say about it yet. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to sit down and write a script for this for my season 3 video. But, like, I feel like my review of this episode is going to be on the shorter side because I don't know. I agree with everything RJ said, and I have nothing more to add, if that makes sense. So, like, I find the episode enjoyable. I think it's fun. The gags are good. Like, we talked about the actions there, and it's like, it's just
There's much more to say, right?
Yeah, it's like this one's not presenting a problem or a deep scenario. This one isn't crammed like Child Fearing was, with gag after gag after gag after gag that we just have to like gush about each one at a time. Like, it's paced well. It's not as comedic as something like Child Fearing, but there are jokes in there, and we talked about them, and they're good. I do think there are some pacing issues. I do think at times it's too slow, and it kind of drags. And again, to RJ's point, if what he said is true, that the storyboard was apparently feature length and it had to be cut down to 22 minutes. I don't see why there should be moments that drag. If anything, it should come across.
I will say this, right?
There's too much crammed in.
Don Shank also did mention that he was aware that his episodes were too long, so I believe before he pitched it to Craig and Gendy, he did cut down some of his own content. So I think some, I don't want to say issues, but road bumps occurred where he had to add material to a board that he already cut down.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot changed, right? Because whatever thing he was doing with the 360, because that shows up in a lot of shots. You think that something's going to happen with that, and that never shows up. So maybe some of those things that he had before wouldn't work with the story. Maybe they just come off as tangents in the episode. So I don't think he could have used those.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say, I guess.
Yeah. So now apologize to Don Shank.
I'm sorry, Sean Dank. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sean Dank. There you go.
Sorry, Sean Dank.
He makes a lot of money at Pixar now. He's all right.
Oh, is that where he is?
Yeah, that's I think a lot of people who worked on Powerpuff Girls just work in features now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where you would go from somewhere like Cartoon Network. You would, if you got to move up, you're gonna go work for like a major studio or something.
I mean, yeah, Lou Romano, who did color for this episode, he's definitely worked in features. He's the freaking voice of Linguini.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He actually has a voice credit on a Pixar movie, so
I forgot about that.
It's all because they loved his work on Criss Cross Crisis. Not really, but couldn't have hurt.
Nope, that's what it was. He walked in. He didn't even bring like a resume or portfolio or anything. He just played this episode, and he's like, "Pay me."
He's like, "Pay me." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Okay, but come on, you couldn't have worked on another episode. I worked on it's a very special Blossom." It's like, "All right, fine, man, whatever you want." That's how he got his career. Yeah, good episode.
There you go. It's a good episode. Anyway, yeah, I don't have much more to say beyond that. So, yeah, cool. Well, because this episode is a little bit shorter than, our average episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually go through a good chunk of questions because we do have a decent amount here to kind of go through. So if you give me just a second, I'm pulling up my community post right now that I made, and then I'm also going to pull up Spotify and YouTube really quick just to see if anybody's actually listening to our season 2 podcasts and
Well, they don't have to be listening to
actually
ask
care
questions.
enough to... What's up?
They don't have to be listening to ask questions.
No, they don't. But I mean, is anyone actually going to our videos is what I mean. Because like we had momentum when this podcast came out and we let it die hard. And like with at least the first 2 episodes of season 2, because both of them are out, they're not doing too well. Actually, are we already on? Oh my gosh, we've already released the 3rd episode of season. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We literally have already released 3 episodes, and oh my gosh, RJ, we're falling behind pace. We gotta keep up on this. We're falling behind.
Yep.
How dare us?
We're always
How dare
falling.
we? Also, apparently I have a typo in the title of Collect Her, and I'm only editing it now despite the fact that it came out.
I admit I did see that, and that was the only comment you guys left on that podcast. Nice job,
thanks,
guys.
Appreciate it. But RJ, you didn't bother to tell me.
I didn't tell you at all. What if that made you sad?
It did make me sad, but now I'm even more sad because you didn't bother to tell me that it happened. How could you do that to me?
I mean, why can't the episode be called Collect Her? Maybe that's your...
Maybe it is called Collect Her. Wow, yeah, our podcast is doing so bad. It's actually kind of sad. I feel so bad that we let it die for 2 years. Oh man, that's a shame.
Yeah, see, now you're depressed.
Oh well, we're doing it for fun, and if nobody else cares, well, so be it. We're doing it.
I know people listening is like, why are you guys bitching to us? We're watching it.
hey, I'm not sitting here complaining. I'm sitting here feeling bad that we let it go, because like honestly, I think if we had just done it and hadn't let go and just committed, like it probably would have been better than what it is.
Right.
But we let all the momentum die. Like episode 14, and I mean, maybe I'm aging this because something might pick up again, or who knows. But episode 14, 24 plays. Episode 15 has 15, and published today, episode 16 has 3 plays so far today. If I go into the comments section, let's see if anyone's left a comment. And this is Spotify metrics, not YouTube. Let's see. It's loading. Do we have any comments? We have not gotten a single comment on any of the new videos or any of the new podcast episodes. Nobody's commented on Spotify. That's how we know our podcast is dead, RJ.
Yeah. Well, for now it's dead. Man.
For
now it's dead.
It's dead. It's so dead.
We have to get trashier. We have to be really trashy.
I think there's no hope because AI is taking over, and there's just no hope for anything.
If that's what they want,
just be
give them what they want.
No.
Next week will be AI Shadow and RJ.
Absolutely not. 1, 2.
The Powerpuff Girls is a good animated series.
7, 8, 9, 10. RJ, we have 21 weeks to get all of season 3 done. We need to do it. Do you think we can?
You mean this week?
No, to get season 3 finished and recorded. Do you think we can record all of season 3 within the next 21 weeks? We have 10 episodes to go after this one.
I mean, God, I would hope so.
I would hope so too. Because if we can just record 2 episodes a week over the next handful of weeks, then we're in the clear. The problem is I'm busy this week, and then I'm busy next week, so I'm not actually going to be able to record with you again. And I'm busy the following week. I'm not going to be able to record with you again for 3 weeks, which is a problem. So now we have 18 weeks left. Oh my God.
Wow. Somebody should just kill us.
Well, let's not go that far.
We're just like, I don't want to listen to this anymore, guys.
Yeah. Shadow's being so negative and down. And it's like, well, yeah, I am. I apologize. I just feel bad about myself. 'Cause like, I really should have committed to this more, and clearly my lack of commitment is showing now because it's dead.
I mean, the videos are doing very well.
I mean, what, the YouTube episodes of the podcast?
No, I'm talking about your season retrospectives.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Season 2 could have done better, but it's already dead. It did not get... I was really hoping that episode would carry to like 30,000. It's not even halfway there yet. I don't know. But I'm only uploading like twice a year, so it's like, it's no wonder my YouTube channel's dead.
14K.
Yeah. So I don't know.
SpongeBob beat it. What the hell?
But Well, SpongeBob took off 2 years ago. I mean, SpongeBob was the anomaly video where I released that video and it just, bam, right into the algorithm the second it was public. It was so weird. Never had that happen before. Will probably never happen again.
When people like...
But it was nice while it lasted. I had a taste of what it could be like if, I was actually a full-time YouTuber who went after success as much as possible and obsessed over numbers and didn't give I didn't care about what I made or anything like that. And, I didn't have a real job out in the industry. I shouldn't say that. Being a full-time YouTuber can be a real job if you get big enough. I didn't mean it like that, but when I say a real job, I mean a job in real life is what I meant to say, like out in the world. I don't know. I'm doing a bad job explaining this, but I should say traditional. I have a traditional career, and YouTube accounts for at this point, it used to be 10%. Now YouTube accounts for 5% of my income because I've gotten raises in my career, but also the YouTube success has died. So yeah, SpongeBob made me a good chunk of change. It'd be nice.
You're not the only one.
I don't chase. No, I know, but I don't sit and I don't chase the algorithm. I don't chase metrics. I don't chase numbers. It's just not who I am. And I don't really like most YouTubers that do that. It's not my thing. It is. I don't know. Most of the YouTubers I watch don't really do that. There's maybe 2 or 3 I do, and I hate that they do it, and I just kind of push past it and tolerate it, and it's just the nature of the platform. But I don't know, man. It sucks. I miss the days in here comes Boomer Shadow Streak. I miss the days in 2010 where I could just watch a Let's Player and he literally just sat down and played a video game and talked. There was no comment and subscribe or anything. At least the YouTubers that I followed back then didn't do that. I watched a channel where 4 dudes just sat on Skype and talked over video game footage, and I was like, that's all I need. But
you also hate
anyway,
how woke everything's become, right?
Over. What's up?
I said you hate how woke everything's become, right?
No. First of all, no, I don't care. I'm, you know what? Let everything be woke. I mean, honestly, given how terrible my sleep schedule is, I'm always awoke. So that was a bad joke. Anyway.
I was going to play along with it, but see, it's you being negative.
No, all I really have to say, RJ, is trans rights. That being said, let's go ahead and let's talk about some questions.
Okay.
All right. So first question comes in from Dubud. They say, have you heard about the Powerpuff Girls iceberg?
Yes.
Whoa, did they make, is there an iceberg out there in the ocean that they named to the Powerpuff Girls? That's crazy.
That'd be interesting. It's just well, you know what icebergs are, right?
Yeah. Never watched a single video. It was a trend I never paid attention to.
Yeah, well, I think I was there when the image was created. It was created by somebody you know, but that's like 5 years ago.
Wait, really?
Yeah, but
somebody I know.
Do you have it in front of you? Actually, this will be interesting.
DM me, RJ. DM me.
Yeah, let's do this.
I was
gonna gloss over. Let's do this.
What are we doing?
Let's go through this freaking iceberg.
Okay.
Okay.
What is this?
It's levels of knowledge.
All right, can you DM me who made this? Because I don't actually know who you're talking about. You just say, somebody I know. I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should say knew. I knew them.
Yeah, you knew them. Oh, you guys would never know what that means.
Yep. Nope. They sure wouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The top is one level of knowledge.
Uh-huh.
And the bottom is another level of knowledge. I don't even know how people would get half of these, but I guess that's the point, right?
Yeah. I'm reading it.
Okay, I agree with that. That is very normie knowledge, all those top 10 dirty jokes and Powerpuff Girls you see online.
Oh,
Rescue Tony and the Samurai Jack, sure. I think the fingers should be on the first tier, too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cats Who See Bubbles? Oh, it's kind of a deep cut. That's on the second tier. Ace...
That's the most evilest thing I can imagine.
Yeah, that's very popular. Ace is... Yeah,
I don't see it.
Ace Gorillas. I kind of forgot about that.
Hey. We need something in outer space that just says I was an accident too. That needs to be like 1600 levels above the Blossom tier. Like, we just need a bunch of empty space and then like a tier in outer space, and it's just I was an accident too.
It's true, right?
It's the most overshared, over talked about joke from the show. It's like, it's not even that funny. Like,
well, maybe because that's the only interesting.
Like, it's a fine joke, but it's like, yeah, it's a fine joke, but I'm just like, dude, if you haven't heard of this joke yet, like, you just haven't been on the internet.
Right.
It's posted every day, 500 times a day by all of these different, I'm sure, all these different social media accounts. Repost. It's like, how have you not
Some
seen
people
this?
are people just have seen it for the first time. How have you not seen it? Have Mojo Jojo stuck into the movie theater without paying? That's on the third tier. Those fluidly animated Got Milk ads. Yes, that's true. How do you feel about those Got Milk ads? I feel like I appreciate the craft done into them, but like those designs look really weird being animated like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really designed for that. The fourth season, Tfue is on this, which I like Tfue. Tfue makes some really cool Powerpuff Girls, 3D Powerpuff Girls games.
Mm-hmm.
And
indeed,
Bismarck is the capital of North Dakota, right? I remember that meme. Jack Black and See Me Feel Me Know Me, which I'm gonna save that, but I'm gonna yell at Jack Black in that episode. Understand that.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna go there. They mentioned Once Upon a Townsville. I will spare you of that. That's an episode of the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Now in the fifth tier, Tom and Jerry in Fists of Fury copied Chemical Extraction. Gosh. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know this,
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a Powerpuff Girls game called Chemical Extraction for the Nintendo 64, and they later released one for the PS1, but there's an earlier version of the Nintendo 64 game, but it's a rip of this well, I would say the template for it was this Tom and Jerry game, but you could still find it online. There's a beta test of the Powerpuff Girls game that still has the Tom and Jerry music and sound effects. The highlight of it is like Big Billy throws like a pot at Bubbles and she has a Tom scream. I'm surprised it's still up. It's a very old video, but it's amazing. You need to see it.
Mm-hmm.
The fifth tier also says Powerpuff Girls and SpongeBob have the same Santa, which I guess that's true. Michael Bell is the
Oh yeah. Yep.
Right? Yeah, he's the Santa in Christmas too.
Mm-hmm. I believe so, yes.
The sixth tier mentions MeatJam.com. Do you know about MeatJam?
That sounds familiar. I feel like I have heard of it.
We have to dedicate another podcast. We'll have to find something, which by the way, speaking of MeatJam had a review of this episode because it was a site from like the early 2000s. He didn't care for Criss Cross Crisis. I think his review of it was quite scathing. Yeah, that guy is just like really angry. He archived a lot of like, Powerpuff Girls merchandise he saw in stores, but like he was really edgy and angry.
Mm-hmm.
In the fifth one, Kill the Powerpuff Girls Flash games. Not the fifth one, the last one. Kill the Powerpuff Girls Flash games. We all remember those. Yeah. Okay. Well, how do you feel about this iceberg?
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I guess I don't know. I don't really care about icebergs, so.
Right. Well, there's your energetic host Shadow Streak's opinion on that.
Yeah, I'm so energetic right now. No, dude, I'll be honest. This is unfortunate timing. I woke up at 2:30 a.m.
Oh.
It's now 9 p.m. I woke up at 2:30 a.m. Couldn't sleep. It is now 9 o'clock p.m. I am running on, at this point, almost 20 hours straight, and I'm feeling it.
Oh. So you're at the bottom of the iceberg.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, guys.
Yeah.
I'll be here all week.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's one question.
All right, well, we'll do one more. Why not? All right, so this one is, who would you consider to be the most underrated villain or character?
Villain? Do they mean one time or
Most
like
underrated
mainstay
villain.
villains?
No, they mean underrated villain.
But like
Which villain does not get enough credit, RJ?
yeah, but one time is
Underrated.
the mainstays are different, I think, right?
But just because a one-time villain only shows up one time doesn't mean they're underrated.
Okay, well,
Dick Hardley.
my Dick. Oh, okay. I think he's rated.
That's what I'm saying. He's not underrated.
Yeah. Okay.
He showed up once, but he's not underrated. Boogeyman. End of discussion.
He's rated though. People like him.
Wish.
Maybe he was
Nah,
underused
he
by the
needs more
show.
episodes. He's underrated.
But I mean, I like Officer
Ain't
Officer
no
Mike
step for a
Wachowski.
stepper.
Officer Mike Wachowski. Nobody cares about him. But that's not my answer. My answer is
That's
Fuzzy
true.
Lumpkins because I don't think he's a favorite of people online, but I like him a lot.
Yeah, that's fair.
All of his voice acting. That might be. I mean, I don't know if this is insulting people. That might be one of the best Jim Cummings. I'm sorry for calling him Jim Cums. That might be.
Oh my god, RJ.
I apologize
Oh
so
my
much.
god.
That's one of the best Jim Cummings voice performances. Like every line reading is just really funny. So I love when he shows up. They didn't use him much after a while because he doesn't really have a motivation for being a villain other than just, going postal. But he is.
Well, like he's not. I mean, he doesn't serve much of a role in season 2. I mean, he's referenced, whatever. But like,
I might have a thorn in my side about
like,
because I believe there was some video where like people were like rating villains and like they were just like, yeah, we don't really like Fuzzy, he's not that funny, he's not a very good character, and then like the Rowdy Rough Boys were the best villains in that video. I was like, come on.
Oh my god.
Which yeah.
No.
By the way, I like Fuzzy
dumb.
a lot better than the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Fuzzy is he gets used in the first season in a couple episodes, and then like he's used sparingly in season 3.
Right.
Because I can think of one episode towards the end. I don't think there's even another episode before that one.
And the episode, like season 2 references him, sometimes like, oh, it's Fuzzy Lumpkins, but he doesn't show up.
Him, but he's not like, no, he doesn't show up as the main villain. I mean, he's in the video game Fuzzy the Loser, and that's how they treat him. Yeah, I mean, once season 5 and 6 rolls around, he actually comes back for some episodes, like Shotgun Wedding and Roughing It Up and stuff like that. Like, they do bring him back for what that's worth. So
yeah, but as far as like the public's reaction to like characters, Fuzzy Lumpkins is the underrated villain to me.
Let me think if there's anybody else. Underrated. Miss Keen as a villain.
That's the real answer.
She's very underrated. I mean, we got through all of season 2. I mean, she's evil. Like, she's nasty. She's mean to the girls. It's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, your opinion on her just took like a hit on season 2.
Mm-hmm. It really did. I'm honestly kind of depressed about it. It's like, man, I used to like compliment this character, and then I just realized, wow, she's actually really crummy.
She sucks. She sucks a little bit,
Yeah, basically.
I like her voice, but she kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm. In season 2, at least.
Season 2, especially.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for the question.
I think, thank you very much for the questions. So I think we'll call it there because the next comment. Oh, I forgot to name who that was. That was Gwen6328, by the way. Thank you, Gwen.
Thanks, Gwen,
for your question. Yeah, I think we'll call it there because then the next comments have a couple multiple questions, duplicate questions. So we could definitely use those in a future podcast episodes. So thank you so much to Gwen and to Bud for submitting those questions. And yeah, if you would like to have your questions answered by RJ and I, and you're actually listening to this podcast, bless your soul because you're actually here. Feel free to leave a comment on the YouTube channel or on our Spotify episode if you've actually made it this far. I would be surprised if a single person is listening to this right now. In fact, if you are listening to this, please actually do leave a comment and say, Orange, you glad that I listened to this? And then that will signal to us
do that, guys.
In 6 months that you actually did. Because honestly, I don't think anyone's going to do it. I really don't. I think our podcast is probably dead, but who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe it'll pick up. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
Please
We're doing
pick
it for
up.
fun at this point. So I just feel bad because it's like we had momentum and it just died and we just didn't upload and
We had it all.
I'm sad. I don't know that we had that.
No, we had it all.
We just had a couple. We had like 150 people, and now we've got on Spotify. We've got like 15.
I went on more dates than I ever had when the podcast came out. It was about the music back then. America loved us. The UK loved us.
Is this a reference to something, and I just don't know?
No, I'm rambling.
Oh, okay. Well, in order for us to not ramble any longer, I think we should call the episode here. So next time on the City of Soundsville podcast, we are going to be diving into season 3, episode 4 of the Powerpuff Girls, which consists of both Bubble Vision, not Bubble Vicious, Bubble Vision, and Bought and Scold. So, hopefully you guys are looking forward to those episodes, and yeah, we will see you guys in the next podcast.
Bye bye, everybody.
And so once again.